They have got temples here, Swami Yogananda, this thing. Tustin also you got, I think, one. Have you ever visited the mother center of Yoga? What is that called? I'm forgetting the name. You know, Swami Yogananda had visited here, USA, Boston. He first arrived.
Yeah, I heard about it. He actually has something in Norwalk as well as in Los Angeles, I believe.
Yeah, I tell you. So in only 2 minutes in.
No problem. That's why I give it.
I think you should be taken there to the temple and some contact. We can try. So Swami Yogananda, like Swami Vivekananda in 1893, he came here and he spoke in the World Religious Conference, where he really sent the message of Vedas and Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, everything. But more than that, Swami Yogananda's contribution is something entirely different. The approach which you just now mentioned about it. And he came first to, and he was sent by government of India at that time, 1920. He was born in 1893. And he came to Boston to give talk on about Vedant to the World Religious Conference. So it was such a hot cake. I mean, people were just aghast to hear him once again. They might have forgotten Swami Vivekananda. So, and thereafter he was called everywhere. I wanted to always, whenever I come to USA, once in 6 months I stayed, I was in Bay Area, I wanted to attend their temple or talk and all that. My uncle used to ask whether I visited and all that. This time I read the whole autobiography of a yogi, that book. Mm-hmm. If you are not read it, I would recommend that you must read it. And I got a chance. I told my son-in-law to take me to one of the temples. When I went there, I was aghast to see Christ and Lord Krishna, and then Yoganand's picture and all his gurus. They are all kept there, and there they conduct once in a week Bhagavad Gita class. They chant Om, and also their own Bible and all that. So it's quite interesting. So Yogananda had created such a great impression and said, both are same. You see, Bible is not different than the Bhagavad Gita, and Hinduism is not different than the Christianity and all that. So the impression is such. First of all, on the down-to-earth approach, as an Indian, I am so proud of it that he could come and speak so well of our religion and made it acceptance to the European people. And all over the Europe and also America, many places he visited, and he has opened up about 5 temples over here. And the mother temple here in Mount Washington is so beautiful. You must take your children and everybody. And it's so good. They have kept his room, his study room, bedroom, everything so intact, so well. Bhagavad Gita and everything. Mahatma Gandhi's. He was Yogananda. I'm sure, sir, you must be knowing it. Yogananda was the first person who, one of the first ashes of Mahatma Gandhi brought over here. And it is kept here. The address is there. If you don't have details, I will pass it on to you. I will give you that booklets which I got it. In the internet, if you put your address and everything, they send you the booklets also. It's worth reading. And I am slowly getting into this, Vedanta and all that. And his book on religion, Science of Religion, is so good about where he speaks about the meditation and all that. So good. And he created such an impact that Westerners, they have started learning it. Yeah. And so many years now. It's going to be almost a century. And still the impact is there. So I feel in one of such sessions, supposing if they accommodate, I do not know, your talk will be very valuable for them.
Okay.
So wonderful. There are people who want to listen to such things.
It's an intuition to me. I have no studies of the Vedas. I deliver lectures little over 400 subjects.
Okay.
Right from Ayurveda, Jyotishya, agriculture. It's called as Parashara Vyavasaya, Savya Krishi.
Great.
Veda Mantras, Rishi Devata Chandas, Upanishads, Mahabharata, Ramayana, 18 Puranas, the creation of the universe, how the universe has been created.
How could you cover up so vast subjects? And it is the first time I am hearing, and I was much attracted by this talk. And,
so it has come from about 14 years for me. I was a practicing electrical and aeronautical engineer, then a businessman. I did wonderfully. I was very, very good in business. I was earning huge money. Because of this interference about the Vedas or the I had to leave the business and close the business also. Because I thought whatever the money that I earned is more than enough for my life. So then I decided to turn this way and started delivering lectures on Vedas, which is just coming on its own. So I deliver lectures on all 4 Vedas, Veda mantras. Then I am also made one disclosure that Vedas are not in any language. Vedas are in vernacular letters. You know, 64 letters. I have prepared a book. How this vernacular letters has come. What is the origin of the vernacular letter? From that, what is the origin of the languages?
Great.
So this I am presenting to the universe, that all the languages in the world has only come from the vernacular letters. And I am giving the nirukta for every language, whether it's an English language or a Sanskrit or a Kannada or any language for that matter. I told how the vernacular letter has come and to give the meaning of these words. So I am deriving the meanings from only vernacular letters. And I say vernacular letter represents direction, matter, energy and time. All the 4 is there in that. The vargas are called as matter, the swaras are called direction, avarga is called energy. How long you stay in a letter called as matra is time. So it means energy, whether it is in chemical, electrical, mechanical, magnetic, whatever may be the energy, can be converted and represented in sound. So we need the sound, the 64 syllables for the sound. And Om being the Sarvaksharas. From that we interpret the Veda mantras also. I don't use the Sanskrit also. Because the Paramatma created the Varnaksharas. And from the Vedas the Varnaksharas come. Varnaksharas are Apaurushaya in nature. Veda is Apaurushaya. Whereas Sanskrit is a Paurushaya Grantha created by the human. As such, the Paramatma's language is Akshara, not the Sanskrit. As such, the Apaurushaya Veda must be studied with the Apaurushaya Akshara. So now I am writing the meaning for about 2000 words I have already completed. The basic root words which I had taken. The Panini I had done for about 2000 words, but I feel I must do for about 30 to 40,000 words during the pendency of my life and give it to the world that this is how the Vedas are to be studied. Veda, there is no caste system. Even though Purusha Sukta says Brahmanosya Mukamasid Bahu Rajanya Kruta Urotadasya Vaishyaha Padbyam Shudro Jayata, it has been grossly misunderstood. The Veda says in a different way. Toil for the soul, increase the strength of the soul. A strong soul alone can create a strong human being. The soul we have to give Adyata, that is importance is called Adyata. That is the primary importance you have to give, energize the soul called as Brahmane Swaha. So if Adyata is for the Atma, that process is called as Adhya plus Atma, it is called Adhyatma. So you have to toil for the soul. Toiling is called Shrama. It is for the Atman. So that process is called as Atman is represented by A, and your toiling called Shrama, it is called as A plus Shrama, Ashrama. Ashrama means basically toiling for the soul. The soul needs light is the basic energy which the soul expects. The sun can be energized by the light, not by matter. If that is the case, the soul is also a replica of the sun, must be energized by the light. The light which is generated from the physical body to the sun is called as tapas. Tapa means increasing the quantum of energy of the matter. To the level of the sun is called as tapa plus sa, it is called tapas. That light is called varna. So varna means generating the wealth from the physical body, giving it to the soul, for which you have to toil. That process is called as varna plus a plus shrama, it is called varnashrama. So varnashrama comes only in tapas, nothing else. Any person who keeps a step in the direction of the Paramatma has to carry on the tapas. Any person who begins the tapas, that great personality is keeping a step toward the Paramatma, that person is called as Padbyam Shudro Ajayata. If a person commences the penance, that great person is called Shudra. That is why Yajurveda mantra correlates that. Shudro Tapasi. When the Yajurveda says Shudro Tapasi, you can't neglect it. So you must take any person who commences penance is Shudra. Any person who has got an internal wealth upon the tapas is called Vaishya. Any person who preserves that wealth, because the Indriya says, give that wealth for my pleasure. The intellect says, no, it must be given to the Atman, it is for your welfare, you increase the strength. So there is a war in the body. Any person who wages a war on himself tries to win over himself, he is called Kshatriya. So Kshatriya